Welcome back, traders. McD Master here. We're Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. Okay, guys, I got to make this quick little video because, as I said in the past, social media has done a fabulous job making sure none of my channels prosper. I end up getting hit with copyright strikes and all kinds of bullshit over the years. And all my evidence, all my calls are gone. So I'm making this video. Hopefully somebody will share it, download it, whatever. I'll actually upload it on Odyssey is probably what I'll do. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going out. Not only did I make those videos warning of the silver dump, yada yada yada, but what I did is I went out on YouTube today and I entered silver in the search bar and I clicked on live streaming silver stackers and pumpers is what I mostly ran into, to be honest with you. And I offered every single one of them, including the people in the live chat, even though they would not take any of my offers. They're very, very open at, insulting me. Long story short, you know, I said, I put my money where my mouth is. If you're so bullish on silver going to $150 an ounce, why don't you take my offer for $5,000 and you'll bank an additional, $5,000 more because I'll be wrong. So none of them accepted. They asked me, when's this going to happen? I said, well, it's not going to happen right away. But I said, most likely with the 2027 stock market crashes, silver will go back and retest that $50 support. So I said, I don't buy parabolic moves. And oddly enough, out of all these different people, you know, I'm just showing here a few. I went to various channels, okay? In fact, one of them ended up closing up his live stream shortly after I left when I offered him that $5,000 wager. And I believe it's because he'd been going live streaming for a little while and the viewers all got to hear him pump silver. And the moment I step in and, you know, put your money where your mouth is, all of a sudden, he chicken shits down. And instead it turns into a pissing contest where he wants to show me all his profits he's done in the last 2 months. I said, listen, man, I said, I'm not here to share profits. I said, you can look on my YouTube channel. You can see the banner there where I shorted Bitcoin at 122K. But other than that, that has nothing to do with our previous gains and losses. I just want to know, are you willing to take my $5,000 wager that silver will drop down to $50 an ounce? He didn't. He closed up shop, and none of these other people, because not only did I ask the viewers, but I also asked the people that were running these live streams if they're willing to take my offer. None of them, not a single one of them accepted. Now, if you're new around here, I've said this is not the first time I did this. I did this back in 2018. You can see that this timestamp from Kitco. It's a YouTube video that's no longer there. Not only did they take down my channel, but apparently the person who had mirrored my video, their channel got taken down, or at least that video, because I've gone back on YouTube to see if I could find the $5,000 wager on $12 silver. Could not find the video anywhere. Lucky for me, I had uploaded it on Odyssey. That was back in 2021. So here it is here. If you want to hear it, I was being trolled back then a lot because I was telling everyone, don't go buy silver yet. I believe back then it was trading. I started saying it in 2014. You'll hear that in the video. And I think silver was trading at a roughly $22, $23 an ounce. And here I am telling everyone, don't buy yet. It's going down to $12 an ounce. So yeah, after being trolled, I said, that's enough. I'm going to offer $5,000 wagers. So here's part of that video. $15.59. Tacos, I heard you were laughing about my $12 call on silver. Are you willing to put $5,000 on it? I've been calling for $12 silver since 2014. You think I'm a joke? Are you willing to take me up on my offer? And the answer is no, he did not take me up on my offer. None of them do. They're willing to pump, but none of them are willing to put their money where their mouth is. So you're looking at the silver chart here, the daily. This is a spot price action. As you can see, we just started a new day. It says 22 hours and 14 minutes before that candle closes. I don't know what to say. I guess these traders are the investors. They're going to learn a hard way. Any parabolic move always crashes. And I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but that guy who ended up closing up his live stream shortly after I offered him, he was the only one out of all the YouTubers who would actually speak to me, because everyone else mentioned everyone else in the chat. Some of them chats were moving quite fast, so I understand in that situation. But whatever, I had long comments, so he would have had a chance to say, hey, what's this guy all talking about? So none of them responded except for that one guy. And he did agree that silver had gone parabolic. So I came back with the next comment and I said, okay, so what happens when things go parabolic? They crash. Oh, he said, yeah, you're right, but you never know when it's going to crash. I said, so why are you pumping it now? When you already know it's gone parabolic and you know it's going to crash, it doesn't matter. They pump, pump, pump. So I'm into charts. I read indicators. It's just, you know, and I've been trading silver, as I said, since 2009 is when I first got into it, after warning of the 2008 stock market crash, a full 6 months before it happened. And yes, I got the evidence on that. I've said that in one of my earlier videos. As soon as my buddy here comes over from Salt Spring Island, repairs my computer, I'll be able to retrieve the data, because it's actually an image. The forum where I made all these big predictions when I first came out into the public to warn people about what's going to happen in the future, after studying it for, well, it wasn't a long time. I'd only spent roughly about 4 or 5 months studying the New World Order conspiracy, and I came out with a slew of predictions. And sadly, the forum got taken down in 2015, when back then I was on YouTube warning of the global stock market crashes in 2015. And I nailed that one, by the way. If you go look, there was worldwide stock market crashes on the exact same day. I was the goofy guy on YouTube who makes these shit videos telling them it's going to happen. And I was so ahead of my time. I was telling them at the end of the year in 2014, because the Chinese data, how their GDP, 24 years of a constant 6% more growth in the GDP, had suddenly turned. I'm like, oh, that's the catalyst I was waiting for. So I had no problem warning everyone since then. I think that was in October or November of 2014. I said, there's going to be a big crash coming up here, guys, in 2015. And as we rolled into the spring of 2015, I kept an eye out on global data and like, yeah, this is it. And the last time I said it was 2 weeks before the crash. That earned me my that was my first email from a large institutional trader who just congratulated me on my call. You know, it's very, very odd to catch someone on YouTube make such a big prediction of a global stock market crashes coming very soon. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. If you're interested in the $5,000 wager, step on up to the plate. I'm taking names. I'm saying, if you haven't heard already, by 2027 with the stock market crash, I believe that's where we'll see silver roll back and hit the $50 an ounce. We'll see if I'm right, see if I'm wrong. If you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, step on up. I'm willing to do it.